Acts 24 almost reads like a court brief. Paul stands before Antonius Felix, the Roman governor appointed over the Judea province. His native countrymen seem to have hired a Roman prosecutor, and they bring him to Rome's court of law. Now, Paul, this gospel preacher, is accused of starting riots. As a matter of fact, if you read back to Acts 17, it seems he and his colleagues are accused of, quote, turning the world upside down because they're acting contrary to Caesar's decrees, saying there's another king, Jesus. So now he stands trial. And you can read how it plays out in Acts 24 in detail, but the outcome isn't unusual. Paul is arrested and imprisoned. Now, I can't help but wonder, how is it that Paul, this gospel preacher, keeps getting arrested and imprisoned? Well, he isn't brought before the court of law and sent to prison for preaching a gospel that only announces how people get their sins forgiven and go to heaven when they die. He isn't brought before the court of law and sent to prison for preaching a gospel that only announces that people should live a better life or have better morals. I don't think so. He is brought before the court of law and sent to prison because he has a gospel that, it addresses both, but only after it announces that there's a new king of a different kingdom, a kingdom that's better than Rome. See, Paul spoke of a gospel that announces liberation for every life, all of life. Liberation from the reign of sin and death in every form and every manifestation, individual and social, private and public. And he announces that this gospel is made possible by the life, death, resurrection, and ascension of Jesus, who is King. And he would say that God intends to form for himself a new humanity because of what Jesus has done. One that would be loyal to a new citizenship that makes them a holy nation unto itself, a colony of heaven in the midst of Rome. Paul's gospel is good news for every life and all of life. And Paul's gospel directly addresses any beliefs and ethics that do not line up with God's kingdom.